The SUV segment is a profitable niche for car makers, and the high-performance end of it even more so. Here's the model that claims to rule the mid-sized part of that sector, the thunderous V8-powered Mercedes-AMG GLC 63.
The world may not need a mid-sized SUV with around 500 horsepower, but you might. And if you do, then this Falterback engineered AMG model is a tempting lottery winner's confection. Uses much the same 4-litre twin-turbo V8 as you'll find in the AMG GT sports car, which hourly is on another level from the V6 engines that you'll find in direct rivals. Here, this power plant puts out either 476 horsepower or 510 horsepower, depending on your choice between standard and S-Spec versions of the two body shapes on offer, this boxier SUV variant or the trendier coupe body shape. Whatever your preference, you get 4MATIC Plus 4-wheel drive and a 9-speed AMG SpeedShift MCT auto gearbox with an inbuilt race start function. Use that and your kidneys will be thrust into the back of your rib cage as this car hurls itself forward from rest, reaching 62 in just 4 seconds in the standard GLC 63 or 3.8 seconds in this GLC 63S variant. But this car has more to offer than just straight-line speed. Intuitive cornering assistance is delivered by the standard rear limited slip differential, which is mechanically operated in the standard GLC 63 and electronically driven in this S variant. The steering is more feelsome than we were expecting it to be too, although the rack still doesn't have the feedback that you get from a rival Porsche Macan Turbo. 3-chamber air springing and adaptive adjustable damping come as standard, but it's a very firm setup, and that's even if you keep the car in the softest of its 3 available damping modes. Potential buyers will have to decide whether they can live with that or not. As usual with the Mercedes model, there's a dynamic select driving mode system which allows you to tweak steering feel, throttle response, gear shift timings and the throaty sound of the optional AMG performance exhaust. Running costs, well, they'll be as predictably high as you'd expect they would be for a V8 petrol-powered high-performance SUV. This 63S SUV returns 23.7 mpg on the combined cycle and 270 grams per kilometre of CO2. Get one of these bearing down in the fast lane on you and you'd scuttle over pretty quickly. Now, whether you choose your GLC 63 in this SUV, guys, or in its alternative coupe form, it's a mean-looking beast. The lesser V6 engine, the Mercedes-AMG 43 4MATIC model, could easily be mistaken for an ordinary GLC with sporty AMG line trim. But from a glance at this V8 variant, you know you're dealing with a different thing entirely. The wider Jetwing-inspired front apron with these huge lower corner fin cutouts is one component in this change of demeanour, but the main thing that enhances this 63 model's added status is a distinctive styling feature that until recently was reserved for the AMG GT sports car, this Pan America front grille. Let's take a seat up front. Now, if you're wavering between this car and the Falterback's more conventional C63 model, then this is where the GLC V8 will probably sell itself to you. You know, of course, that this SUV's high-set stance will put it at a disadvantage to an ordinary performance saloon estate when it comes to weight transfer and cornering agility, but somehow it's hard to resist the allure of such a commanding driving position. This S variant is differentiated by its grippy, flat-bottomed AMG Performance steering wheel and AMG Performance sports seats, both of which feature DTM-style Dinamica microfiber trim. Time to take a seat in the back. Now, if you've been persuaded to buy one of these in preference to the C63 estate model that the magazine experts will recommend you choose instead, it's here that that decision will pay off. The GLC 63 has 33mm more length in its wheelbase than one of those would offer, and nearly all of that's been used for the benefit of rear seat folk, who, as a result, enjoy significantly improved room for their legs and knees. Let's finish by taking a look at luggage space, and that's accessed by a standard electrically operated tailgate. There's 550 litres of space on offer. That's 25 litres more than you'll get in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio and 50 litres more than you'll find in the Porsche Macan Turbo. The GLC Coupe body style gives you a 500 litre space. Critics, of course, are lining up to snipe at this car for its weight, its prodigious thirst, and what, in their eyes, is a misguided sense of automotive fashion. It tries, they'll tell you, to be 5 cars in one: SUV, estate, performance sports car, luxury saloon, and in its alternative form, coupe as well. Yet, it ends up hitting none of these marks satisfactorily. Well, to some extent that is true, but it's quite a thing to watch this model strive to reach such an impossible objective and get surprisingly close to meeting it. Whether it's worth paying double the cost of an ordinary GLC to enjoy such a performance is a decision only you can make. Perhaps the bigger picture here, though, is that in a world of eco-technology and global warming, the days of the big V8-powered SUV must inevitably be numbered. If funds permit, and you like what Mercedes has tried to do here, then we'd suggest that you buy one and enjoy it while you can.